Yo, peace, y'all. What's going on? And welcome back to another Blossom Podcast episode. In this episode, we're going to be talking about who or what is in control of your reality, how to take control of your reality and negate any negative thought forms that are trying to influence your decisions, things of that nature. So I'm going to start by saying it's very important to know what energies are influencing your decisions. Because if you were to let a negative energy influence you to make a decision, like a negative or something that's going against what you're focusing on, the growth that you're focusing on, you will then place yourself in a negative cycle of, bad decisions. And then you will have to alchemize this energy. And if you don't even see this energy or know what's going on, then you're just literally just in a loop of negative actions that are going against you actually connecting back or connecting to your highest self and focusing or resonating on a higher frequency, right? So that's the first thing, is being able to acknowledge what's even happening. If you can't see that there's something influencing you to make these decisions, then you're gonna be stuck. You're literally gonna be trapped until you can actually figure out what is going on, right? So yeah, if something negative is influencing you, then you will stay in a negative cycle. So when you're going about your day, going about your life, it is very important to be intentional about what you're doing. Have a focus. And from that focus point or goal that you set, whatever the case may be, you're gonna have a foundation. At least you're gonna have direction, something that okay, this is what I'm working towards, and this is the frequency that I want to stay on. So whenever thought forms that go against that pop up, you'll be able to pick up on them more easily, because you're gonna know this is not the intention that I set. This is not what my focus is. You feel me? You'll be able to really pick up on thought forms that are literally distortion. It's distorted thought forms. Now, it's very important to have a mind of your own. So say there's people around you that like to give you a lot of advice or try to tell you what to do. Don't let people narrate your life for you. Have your own mind and think for yourself. Because for one, you don't know what spirits are working through, or you may know what spirits are working through people. If you can, excuse me, if you can see that, you know what I mean? But if you're somebody that you can't really see the spirits that are working through people, you won't know how people are getting possessed and used to project certain energies at you to influence your reality in a certain way. Say a thought form may come to you and try to influence you, and you may negate it, and then that same energy will go to somebody else, possess them, and try to pretty much act out the same energy that tried to influence you, and make it come through somebody else to try and trick you into actually still going with that energy. You feel me? So pay attention to the people that you may listen to, or people that may just try to come and give you advice. Don't let anybody push anything onto you. Know what you want for yourself. And the more that you know yourself and know what your focus is and what your purpose is and what your mission is, the less anybody can just come and tell you anything and like shift your reality. You feel me? That's very, very important. You feel me? Like people may say things that are good, that sound good, and may be true. Um, but to be honest, like what I notice is like a lot of people, how they be coming is like they be mixing the truth with a lie, and there be like hella trickster spirits trying to that do that. They try to pull you in with like things that look good. You feel me? They try to pull you in with information that may sound good, and then like add like distorted intelligence to it, lies. You feel me? And now it's like if you're taking in all of this, it's like you already know what the truth is, right? So you take in the truth, but if you're taking in that lie too, then you're taking in distortion. You feel me? Which is then gonna end up shifting your perspective on life. And it's like that shift of perspective can trickle in so many ways, like it's a domino effect, and it's literally gonna change your whole perspective. Like that. You feel me? Like, yo, this is why you have to know things for yourself. You feel me? Because look, all right, so boom, it's gonna change your perspective, right? Now that perspective can be attached to so many different things, like, bruh, like I'm trying to like explain what I'm seeing. So it's like, say it's one perspective, one point that's attached to so many different like ideologies, right? If somebody's able to distort your perspective, like you're distorting so many different aspects of life. And it's like the more you stay in that distorted perspective, the more it becomes like a natural instinct to you to just operate out of that perspective. And just by you listening to somebody for that, you just listened to somebody and took in the bullshit that they just told you, the distortion that they just told you, you literally just, your whole reality just shifted. Like different timelines just shifted. Because they just took you out of the timeline that you were in and shifted you in a timeline that perspective, that distorted perspective, like, how do I say that? Like that distorted perspective operates out of, pretty much. So yeah, that's how detrimental somebody that's giving you impure knowledge can be, and you like actually taking it in. That's how like that shit can be very impactful on your mind, on your mentality. You know what I mean? Because like if somebody comes to you and pushes like doubtful energy on you, and you're just taking in this, like what they're saying, you're literally, your reality is going to start to be molded out of doubt. You're going to be trapped in doubtful thought forms and actually start to see them as true if that's what you continue to stay in. You feel me? So when you hear negative thoughts, you have to transmute it on sight. Like you have to know who you are and be like, nah, I am confident in the things that I do, because you know what you're doing, right? And that be like the main energy that people come at, like would usually come with, is doubt. Because oftentimes a lot of people doubt themselves and doubt their capabilities and just doubt the capabilities of people. So a lot of people already operating out of a doubtful mind state, a doubtful mind state. So yeah, you gotta just listen to what, continue to transmute negative energy, and really just focus on what you tell yourself. Excuse me, and focus on telling yourself positive thoughts, positive energy. And you'll stay in that frequency of positivity. And you'll start to remember that you're not even a doubtful person. You'll start to remember who you, like, your confidence and who you really are. You feel me? Like, real shit, we are not supposed to be doubtful of ourselves. Like, if you have an idea and you know that that's something that you like to do and you know that you have the ability to do it, then you should be able to do it. It doesn't matter about anything else. You feel me? Like, there shouldn't be any doubt. That doesn't even make sense. Because, like, what do you... it don't make sense. It's like, what are you doubting yourself for if you know that you have the ability to do something? You feel me? So, yeah, man. Be very aware of what people are telling you. Be very aware of people's projections. And really just, like, I'd say the best thing to do is just focus on yourself. Focus on your affirmations, what you tell yourself. You know, like, there's definitely people with great information out there, with true information, with pure information. But the best thing you could do is remember who you are. Remember what your positive thought forms are. You know, this will help you build and remember who you are. This will help you build your lifestyle in the most you form. In the most you form. What am I trying to say, bro? This will help you pretty much build your lifestyle how your higher self is set to. You feel me? But yeah, that's pretty much it on this. You know, like, I thought I seen this, like, topic getting very expansive, but it's pretty, like, simple. A lot of things are very simple when it comes to, like just transmuting energy and building your life, because you already know how to build your life. You know who you are. You know what you like to do. You know, like, you know your mission. You know your purpose. Even if you haven't completely, like, remembered who you are, in that sense of, like, knowing your mission, is like you already feel it, you know? Like, you just know. You feel me? Because I remember when I was around, like, I'll say a beginning of my journey, like a beginning of my remembrance, like, I would think, like, dang, what's my mission? And I really, deep down, I already knew what my mission was, because your mission really is just, like, who you are, being yourself. You feel me? So I've always known myself, so it was a pretty simple, like, answer, you know? So yeah. Yeah, peace, y'all. That's pretty much it, you know, for this video, for this episode. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Drop any comments or topics that y'all would like me to speak on down below. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.